Mic check. Mic check. There we go. Creole here already. Michelle here already. Coin Holler in here already. What do it sound like, man? I've been struggle streaming, man. Y'all know my screen been messed up on my laptop. JP, what's up with you? Rocco, what's up? DM Dub, what's happening? Tyler, what's up? What up, Dorian? Deacon Dave, what's up, man? Y'all give me a second, man. I'm trying to lowball this. I'm trying to lowball this dude on offer up, man. I'm trying to I'm trying to haggle. I'm trying to haggle on offer up real quick, man. It's getting critical, man. It's getting critical. No, it's finna go down. It's finna go down. Dorian said niggas heard crypto and said, yeah. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. They'll be in the YouTube trap house tomorrow though, because we going in tomorrow in the YouTube trap house. GSX, what's up with you? Yeah, we in here. I'm gonna open up a little bit later for anybody else who want to come in and embark on the foolishness. All right. Anybody else want to come in here and embark on the foolishness? You can come in here as well. All right. Gene said it's time. Yeah, it's time, man. It's time. Y'all know I done dusted off Mr. G enough. You know, Mr. G, I don't know if he gonna pop up, but Mr. G should come up and because Creole gonna need backup. He gonna he gonna need backup. You know what I'm saying? So as everybody come in, y'all hit the like button. Let's do this. Also, if you are not subscribed to Untwisting the Game, you might want to do so. Again, that's one of my favorite crypto channels. You know what I'm saying? You should, for your benefit, get over there. We may get into some of this after I smoke Creole Boots real quick. We might get into some NFT talk or something like that later on. Maybe, I don't know. That's VIP tier conversation. I appreciate all the new Patreons as well, man. The YouTube trap house jumping. The trap house jumping. Coolin', what's up with you? JP said, let's get ready to rumble. Man, listen. Man, listen. Yeah, y'all already know we've been down this road already. We already been down this road already. I done been down this road so many times. This ain't even nothing for me to be hyped about. He said we smoking on that Creole pack today. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, y'all get in here, hit the like button. Again, this is the usual. You know, this is the usual. What up, James? He said, man, we get yeah, we smoking on that Satoshi pack right now. You know. You know. Again, man, listen. If you out here, listening to these crypto channels, you bought the top. Now you're looking at Bitcoin at the bottom. Now you are an involuntary hodler. Okay, you are an in-hod. Okay, you're stuck. You're stuck. You're an in-hod. You're an involuntary hodler. Okay, It's a lot of in-hides out here. Candy Wild, what's up, bro? So without any further ado, let me go over here real quick. Let me add the homie real quick.
TipTycity.
We not the Creole pack.
The
Creole pack is here.
I heard you talking all that bull. I had to go ahead and pour a drink.
Hey, the Creole pack is here, everybody. We about to roll up. Yeah, we about to roll up this Creole pack.
Let's talk about it.
Anybody else want to come up here? Oh, we're gonna open it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're gonna need some back.
Let me start by saying this. Let me start by asking. Well, first of all, you made several outrageous statements already, some of which I don't even want to repeat. All
right. This Bitcoin philosophy.
Now, look, let's start like this. This. No, it does not. The Bitcoin philosophy has changed. The white paper is no longer in effect. The original purpose of Bitcoin is gone.
Wow. See, I've
been gone.
In the
Bitcoin cannot serve. Bitcoin cannot serve its original purpose any longer. It is not peer-to-peer any longer.
And see,
that is the first line of the white paper.
This is why I agreed to do this debate, because there's so much misinformation. So much misinformation you're giving your people. And really, I agree with about
peer-to-peer.
99
Bitcoin peer-to-peer.
What do you mean is Bitcoin peer-to-peer?
Okay, go ahead.
Can I send you Bitcoin right now, peer-to-peer? Yes. Yes. Can you hear me?
How did you get that Bitcoin?
Hey,
yes, how did you get the Bitcoin?
You can get Bitcoin any way you want to get it, right? You can get on ramps, Fiat, USD.
No, that's not peer-to-peer. Okay, so is an exchange peer-to-peer?
Where are you going with that question? That doesn't even make sense, Ty. So first, let's just start about what are we debating about? Are you debating me about Bitcoin's legitimacy when we're talking about world reserve currency? Or are you saying that there's other cryptocurrencies out there that's better than Bitcoin?
I wanted to get this outline. I wanted to start at the basis from the start of just starting with Bitcoin, what it was meant to do, and is it still accomplishing the original purpose? That's where I have to start before we 100%. Move into, because we gotta establish the fact that it's outrageous from the jump.
How is Bitcoin outrageous when the technology single-handedly changed the infrastructure to the entire global financial system? There's no CBDC without Bitcoin. How is that outlandish?
All right. So again, the original purpose, that was the original purpose. That is no longer the driving force of Bitcoin.
No.
The technology is no longer the driving force of Bitcoin.
No. See, this is where you miss it. Okay, Bitcoin isn't about the technology. Bitcoin is using this technology to incorporate
why not?
A monetary system that is immutable and cannot be changed. So that's the problem Bitcoin was trying to solve. Just because the title of the white paper was peer-to-peer,
it was trying to solve. It
did, right? Right, because it's still immutable.
So Bitcoin is functioning with. Hold on, time out. Bitcoin is functioning without any outside influence right now.
Are you talking about the price?
Is that what you're saying?
System? Are you talking about the price, or are you talking about the blockchain, the Bitcoin blockchain?
Well, we can talk about both.
Those are two different things.
We can talk about both.
Okay. Okay. Let's talk about
Right,
you
and
brought up the white
the
paper.
point is for both of them.
Okay, you brought up the white paper, all right? And this is
Right.
what I mean, okay, that people just reading the white paper without knowing any context. I suggest you go out there and read Satoshi's writing. It's a compilation of all of his writings throughout him developing this project, right? So you can't just take one line out of the white paper and say Bitcoin is not peer to peer,
No,
because
no, no,
that's
no, no,
not
no,
why
no, no, no.
Bitcoin
No,
was
no, no, no.
invented.
I'm very familiar with Satoshi's writings. Okay, this is why people are trying to hide all of that stuff right now, because Bitcoin is no longer serving its original purpose.
No, no, no. Bitcoin's original purpose is for settling payments without a third party. It does that every 10 minutes, every block. It's
Right.
immutable, it doesn't change. So that's Bitcoin's purpose.
Okay, so that works only if you're getting the Bitcoin through mining.
Well, the settlement layer doesn't care how you get the Bitcoins. It was working before exchanges. What point are you trying to make there?
I no, I totally understand that, but we are no longer dealing with most of the Bitcoin coming from mining.
Okay, I can agree with that because 90% of the supply has been mined, but what does that have to do with the protocol? I mean, how you receive the
No, I
Bitcoin.
totally agree with the protocol. I have the protocol is not the issue with Bitcoin. The protocol is not the issue. The issue is everything that has happened to Bitcoin is the opposite of what Bitcoin was for. Okay. Again, we got people
But
cheerleading for Bitcoin ETF.
okay, but Bitcoin is a tool, right? Like, you can use a hammer to build a house, or you can use a hammer to kill somebody. It doesn't matter how the protocol is used. The point is, Bitcoin is Bitcoin forever, unlike all of these other
I, I,
altcoins and
I, I
CBDCs.
I understand that. I totally understand that. This is okay. Even when we talk about the price of Bitcoin, if Bitcoin is what it was set out to do originally, the price would not be affected by anything that government said or did.
But that's outside forces. Again,
But
Bitcoin
that's
is a
my point.
tool. I mean,
But that's my
people can
point.
manipulate the price of anything, right? That's every asset, every currency, every store of value on earth can be manipulated. But the
Okay,
thing
so
is with
so
Bitcoin,
so okay, so you're saying that Bitcoin is the same as every other. It's
no, it's not, because you cannot print more of the Bitcoins, right? It's the code cannot be changed.
I
Okay.
understand that. Listen, I understand that's not my issue with Bitcoin. That's not my issue with
Okay.
Bitcoin. My issue with Bitcoin is okay, the sheep are the majority. The
Yes.
sheep
Yes.
could care
Agree.
less about the underlying technology of Bitcoin.
I agree with that.
And that is why when governments say we're going to do this to Bitcoin, it shakes the price.
I mean, I see where you're going. I see what you're saying with that. But in my view, the market makers use news to shake out weak hands, right? I mean, it's volatile. The price is volatile, but the protocol is not volatile, right? The monetary system is not volatile. So as
It
Bitcoin
okay,
goes from zero to world global asset, world global currency, there's going to be hella volatility, of course, with any asset.
right, but Bitcoin is going to have to get the users from somewhere.
Right. Okay, I agree with that. It's already got the users, right?
No, not even. It's got users, but it doesn't have.
What crypto has more users than Bitcoin?
I'm not debating that. I'm not debating that. Fiat has more users than Bitcoin.
Okay, I agree with that. But as we
Okay,
move
so
into
when they roll out a new fiat like they're gonna bring before Congress next month,
no,
which way?
No, so you saying
They are.
there's going to be a Fed CBDC next month?
No, they bringing up the discussion. It's in the discussion phase now. It's going to be in front of Congress for them to talk about in a month.
That's my whole point. They're behind, right? The race is
No,
already
they
won.
are behind. They have fiat. They're way ahead of Bitcoin.
Not technology, not with technical aspects. Now, as far as users and fiat money and currency, yeah, in a way, they have more users that way, but that's not going to have a network effect when we move into the digital world, right? Because everything is going to be digitized, and this is
I
my beef.
understand that.
Yeah,
It's
okay,
digitized, tokenized. I'm fully aware of that, and all of that stuff is going to come from regulations. It's going to come through regulations. Who's going to set those regulations? Satoshi?
Okay, no, not at first. I agree with you, but here's my thing. When is that going to happen, Ty? Because if you read the Fed's release about their CBDC, they're just starting the process.
No. The faster payment network has been being built since 2015.
Okay, where is it?
They've been having hearings and stuff since then. They've been putting partnerships and stuff together since 2015.
Partnerships. That's not.
They
like
have a whole
product.
committee.
Yeah, they have committees. They're doing a lot of talking. But what I'm telling you is Bitcoin already has the monetary policy and the monetary rails already built, being used right now. So when we're talking about network effect for a new technology, Bitcoin has already won. And see, maybe let's just back up a second and just start with what we agree on, okay? I think we agree on 99% of crypto that we talk about, but I think you're underestimating Bitcoin's network effect, and I think you're overestimating.
I think you underestimate the world financial system, the whole global economic.
Okay, but the world financial system, if you're just talking about currency, which CBDC is going to be a currency, that's a small fraction of global assets, right? Right? Because look, hold on, let me pull it up.
Wait. Okay, so let's clear this out the way, because you said this today. You said that the Federal Reserve is on its last leg. So you said that the Bitcoin is going to kill the Federal Reserve off.
No, the Fed is going to kill the Federal Reserve off. The Bitcoin doesn't. I mean, the dollar is dying, right? We're up to debt. China owns a lot of our debt. The dollar is losing market share in the world, right? The dollar is losing importance in the world. So when you're talking about CBDCs and what central banks are doing, they are losing market share. For the first time in human history, banks have competition, right? Central banks have competition.
Wait.
They're not going to win.
Hold on. To more specifically, I understand DeFi being competition to the traditional banking structure. I understand that. But I'm saying Bitcoin is not competition for the banks.
It is because of policy, because of the monetary policy Bitcoin has. It's immutable. There's only 21 million coins. So this is why I'm telling you, Bitcoin is going to go up forever until all fiat currency dies. Because, okay, let's agree on this. Let's agree on this. Do you agree that central bank digital currency is just going to be fiat money in a digital form?
No, it's going to be totally programmable with smart contracts.
But when
The
I
same
say
way the
fiat,
digital, the same way the digital.
money,
Wait, the same way the digital yuan is structured already. We went through the white paper on that as well.
right. But we don't even know if the digital yuan is even using a blockchain. That's what I'm telling you. A lot of these central bank digital currencies aren't even going to use blockchain technology. They're just going to be glorified databases with metadata on it in the XML format, in the ISO 20022 format. That's it. That's the only requirements that these banks have.
Well, they are going to be on blockchain, on ledgers. They are going to be permission.
Not all of them. And see, this is what I'm trying to tell you, is that how Bitcoin has already won, because all of these central bank digital currencies, they're going to be siloed, right? They may be able to talk with each other and bridge with other central bank digital currencies, but that's not happening anytime soon. Look how long it took Cardano to build bridges. Look how long it took Ethereum to build bridges. Central banks are so far behind.
So you saying that so you saying that governments can't put the technology together to catch up with
the government can't even keep the IRS website up.
I mean, I don't think they care about. I don't think they care about websites.
Well, what I'm telling you is, when it comes to technology, the last people you want to bet on is the government, right? And when you look at the cryptocurrency landscape, the smartest minds are working on the Bitcoin protocol.
Oh my God.
I mean, that's a fact.
You gotta stop saying stuff like
fact.
Chill, bro.
Okay, so you don't. Okay, let's go back to what we agree on. Cryptocurrency is going to be the new form of money. Whatever global reserve currency is going to be in the form of a cryptocurrency. We can agree on that, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So you're saying that a CBDC is going to be a global reserve currency because
not a CBDC. I think CBDCs, because I don't think it'll be one.
Okay, so there's not going to be one global reserve currency.
Right.
Okay. I can see that maybe for the first couple of years of the launch of the Fed coin, right? Because we know China's CBDC isn't going to be a global reserve currency. Russia, no. The only person
they're not designing them to be global reserve currencies, though.
Okay. So really, the EU or the Fed, right? And if you listen to the EU and what they're saying there will be multiple global reserve currencies. So CBDC,
what they say, they saying baskets of currencies and stuff like that, but they're not saying one.
Okay. So do you think all CBDCs are going to use the same protocol?
No, and they're testing them on different.
Why are you betting on that?
What do you mean? Why am I betting on that? I mean,
why are we betting on what CBDCs are going to use for their payment rails or their protocol
because they're testing on them and they are building on them already.
Okay, that doesn't mean anything. Just like all these Ripple partnerships.
Wait.
It doesn't mean.
Hold on. You don't think that them testing and developing on these protocols mean anything?
I test and develop on other technologies all the time. 99%.
Why though? So with the
right?
With the intent of using them, right? Or using one, right?
Or using some form of the technology, but we test to learn, right?
Right, exactly.
We learn the risk and the benefits. And as these central banks are starting to test, they're going to realize, hey, Ripple only has a handful of nodes. Where are those nodes? Right? They're going to find this out, and they're going to build on top of a decentralized platform that can't be controlled by anyone.
No.
It's going to lead to that, right?
No.
Because
okay, this is how I see it playing out. Crypto,
okay.
somebody put crypto and fiat can coexist, and they will coexist. Like crypto, DeFi, and all that stuff is going to change slightly through regulations or whatever. But you better believe when you get out of that stuff and you come back into the real world, you will be cashing out into a CBDC.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay.
Okay. So
for one thing,
wait.
Let's start back. Let's move back. Okay. All right. I'll let you finish.
Wait. Do you think the governments are going to rely on the private sector to control taxes?
No, that's not the point. That's not the
okay.
point.
So what do you think is going to happen with taxes?
I mean, we're going to pay taxes like we normally do. I can pay taxes in Bitcoin.
But
I can pay taxes with Bitcoin in some states here in America.
What I'm saying is, if everything is running on top, if everything is running on top of Bitcoin and nobody is in control of Bitcoin, then who is going to collect the taxes?
Okay. Let's back up, all right? Because there's going to be multiple layers of Bitcoin, just like there's multiple layers of money in this current system, right? Cash is on a different layer than gold, right? Banknotes are on a different layer than cash. There's going to be multiple layers of this.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So, wait. So when we start talking about layers, we go right into centralization.
Okay.
Which is the opposite of what Bitcoin was intended to be.
No. The settlement layer has to be decentralized. You can have centralized applications on top of Bitcoin. That's okay.
Right,
you'll have
okay, so if the end, if the end is centralized, then what's the point?
That's not the end, right? I'm talking about the settlement layer, and this is what you need to kind of distinguish the currency from the settlement layer. All right.
I understand that, but okay, so the settlement layer is going to be decentralized.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes, Bitcoin settlement layer will always be decentralized.
So if that is decentralized, if the settlement part is decentralized, then who is going to be taking the taxes?
On another layer. How is this? I mean, America IRS takes taxes in Bitcoin right now. This is not something I'm making up.
Okay, so they take taxes because they immediately turn it around into fiat right now. That's how they collect taxes. They aren't taking
because they don't know what they have.
Bitcoin on the books. They take it and they cash it, and then they have fiat on the books.
Right. Yes. But
okay, so when you say they collect taxes in Bitcoin, they don't collect taxes in Bitcoin. They transfer Bitcoin into fiat, then cash it.
But you can have fiat on top of the Bitcoin network. Right. See, what you need to understand is everything outside of Bitcoin is fiat. Everything outside of Bitcoin is fiat. All fiat currency goes to zero. Because they print. I mean, I'm not. These are
okay. No. Let's draw out that
fiat money goes to zero.
Yo, let's see. You gotta stop saying stuff like that.
It's true. All fiat money goes to zero.
Okay, so when fiat goes to zero,
right?
When fiat goes, everybody is going to run to Bitcoin. That's how you see it playing out.
Bitcoin is the hardest asset in human history. All fiat money will rapture to Bitcoin. I mean, just like gold. Why has gold been here for 5,000 years, right? The only reason gold isn't a currency is because it's not portable. The hardest asset goes to infinity, right? Like when the dollar was formed, the US dollar, you could buy an ounce of gold or something for the US dollar. Right now, an ounce of gold costs how many US dollars? Why? Because the store of value of the hardest asset always goes to infinity compared to fiat money. So the fiat money is going to zero. But now for the first time in human history.
Wait. This is where I got to come in and say, because I agree. Fiat in the past has gone to zero.
What do you mean? It's going to zero now. The US dollar, which is the global reserve currency, has lost 90% of its value. In the past year, it's lost 50% of its value. It's going to zero.
I understand inflation. I understand. But this is where I'm saying the CBDC is going to be the perfect solution to the problem.
Okay. All right. Right there. Let's stop right there.
Wait, before we stop right there.
What problem is the CBDC solving?
We got to cover fiat going to zero. And I'm telling you right now that 98% of this population would take cash, even though it's been inflationary, however long.
You have no other choice
right now. So you have to turn the mind state of 98% of the Earth's population in order for it to go to zero.
And Bitcoin is doing that, right? Because all fiat money goes to zero compared to the hardest asset. But what problem is a CBDC solving?
A CBDC? What problem is it solving?
Yes. What problem is a CBDC solving in the current financial system?
Okay, I'll tell you right now. It's going to level out debt and all the rest of this stuff that people are worried about right now. They are going to flush all of that shit.
What are you, Ty?
They are going to listen. Trust me. I'm telling you right now. They would blow the whole earth up, nuke this motherfucker to smithereens before they lost control of the sheep.
They have no control over what's coming.
They are going to work together and iron out this global financial system. I promise you. Before some unknown, unregulated Bitcoin network comes in that nobody controls.
That's not true. That's not true. Bitcoin is the most regulated asset in all of assets. It's regulated by more government bodies than anything else. So,
wait. Okay, so
it's just uncontrollable. It's unconfiscatable. Right?
It is confiscatable.
Not if you have your private keys. It's uncensorable. It's unconfiscatable. It's uninflatable. This is why Bitcoin is the apex predator of all of assets. And for the first time in human history, we have an asset that can be used as a currency.
Okay, so let's do this, right?
Okay.
Why would anybody sell Bitcoin?
Okay, so eventually most people won't sell Bitcoin like they're doing now. And that's even going to happen even more. And eventually most people won't be able to buy Bitcoin. But what's going to happen is most people will earn Bitcoin. And they're going to spend it in this global circular economy. So we're going to be spending the Bitcoin that we earn, not the Bitcoin that we buy. We're at the baby stages.
Wait. Hold on. If you have to earn the Bitcoin, that means somebody has it.
The protocol has it, right? That's proof.
So you said
you have to put the work. You have to earn the Bitcoin.
The protocol is going to distribute Bitcoin.
Yes, like clockwork, every 10 minutes until 21,440.
Okay, so you're just talking about mining then. That's what you're talking about. Mining.
I'm talking about earning. I mean, this is already happening. Beckham Jr. is getting his salary in Bitcoin. He's earning the Bitcoin. He's not buying that Bitcoin, right? There's a UFC fighter that just earned Bitcoin, half of his purse. So why is it crazy to you? It's happening.
It's crazy because the Bitcoin that they received is valued in fiat.
Now it is, but there's going to be a transformation.
It is valued in fiat because that's what they believe in.
No, it's valued in fiat because that's how we price assets right now. But in the future, when we move to this digital economy, we're going to price every asset by the hardest asset. All things are going to be priced in Bitcoin.
I get when people say everything's going to be priced in Bitcoin, but Bitcoin cannot be this apex predator to the financial system if everything is still based on fiat.
How can you say that, Ty? How can you say that? How can you say that when the entire global financial system is upgrading their rails just to try to compete with Bitcoin? No, but there will be no CBDC without Bitcoin.
That's what I'm telling you. Bitcoin adoption is not happening as fast as the competition. It's just not.
Where is the CBDC, Ty?
The CBDCs on the way.
On the way.
CBDCs. Wait. CBDCs will be off and running way before Bitcoin global dominance.
What year?
I can bet you on that.
What year? 2025, 2030?
Give me 10 years from now.
10 years from now. Where do you think Bitcoin adoption is going to be in 10 years?
Way more traction than Bitcoin. 10 years from now, CBDCs will have way more traction than Bitcoin.
Maybe for the first year or two.
Right, and then they're gonna flop. And then everybody gonna realize how much of a big mistake it was, right?
Negative. Let me tell you why. And let me tell you why CBDCs are good for Bitcoin. Because yes, there's going to be mass adoption. Governments are going to have their apps and wallets on your cell phones. But what's going to happen is people are going to see their CBDCs lose purchasing power, lose value. And at the same time, they're going to see their Bitcoin wallet go up in price.
Oh my God.
CBDC adoption is good for Bitcoin adoption. Because one thing we know, fiat is going to zero. One thing we know, CBDCs are fiat on steroids.
So CBDC.
And that's only if.
Because see, right. This is because I gotta iron this out for the sake of my argument. I agree, fiats go to zero, but they're changing fiat into something else. This is what I and the group that I'm in. This is what we understand. I don't even look at the old system because I think they're gonna just crash that motherfucker. That's why they just printing, giving out money, stimulus package. They don't care. It's like people know about the debt. We like 4 or 5 generations deep into debt. I believe they're gonna kill the old system, and then people are just gonna be begging for something new. And they are not going to Bitcoin. They are going to rely on their government to bring the solution.
No choice. And let me tell you why. There's a congressman that introduced a bill to prohibit Tom Emmer. He introduced a bill January 12th saying CBDCs are not allowed to give CBDCs directly to retail. What if that happens?
And I'm glad you brought up Tim Ember because he tried to have them change the language in the last stimulus package and failed miserably because Big Daddy government is not going to let that shit fly. It don't matter how many crypto dads are in the government. It don't matter. When the Federal Reserve says this is what we are doing, I do not care. Okay. We are not going to redefine. We are not going to redefine. I believe I forgot the term they had that was so vague that was in there.
So you think Congress is going to allow the Fed to distribute CBDCs directly to every American consumer and bypass commercial banks?
Yes.
You tripping. You think the government, you think tripping? Congress is going to give that much power to the Fed? And if you pull, listen to, okay, hold on. Let me pull this up.
Wait, hold on. We talking about the Federal Reserve. Wait, we talking about the Federal Reserve that came up out of nowhere. Nobody even approved for them to exist.
Those days are over. Let me prove this to you. Hey, in that the Fed report that they just published on CBDCs, on page 3, it says the Federal Reserve will seek input. Wait, that's the wrong sentence. Hold on. But the Federal Reserve does not intend to proceed with issuance of a CBDC without clear support from the executive branch and from Congress, ideally in the form of a specific authorizing law. So CBDCs aren't going to come out until Congress agrees on this, which means you got to get Republicans and Democrats. So you think Republicans and Democrats going to agree on something?
Creole, do you
during an election year?
Wait, talk about because we got to flush this out because people. I don't know why people think these politicians are so up on game. Do you think Maxine Waters on game?
No. No politician understands cryptocurrency. That's why they gonna fail, Ty.
Wait. When they bring these letters and they start reading these, do you think they wrote the letters?
Ty, that's why they gonna fuck it up.
Oh man!
Because the Fed and Congress are gonna have to work together.
That's what you're betting on. The Fed is just
said it.
Congress already know what the Fed wants to do.
That doesn't mean they're gonna vote for it.
Did you see what happened with?
What do you think's gonna happen?
Jerome Powell said inflation is a problem. Now it's not a problem. Now it's a problem.
Exactly. Why are you betting on them?
What they say goes. They can make whatever they want.
Bro, listen to yourself. These same people that you say don't know what they're doing are going to successfully
have been running the international monetary system
with no competition. With no competition. Now they have competition.
Okay, Bitcoin is the competition.
Open monetary policy is the competition.
Michael Saylor is the competition.
What? Michael, it doesn't matter how many Bitcoins you got. You can't change the protocol.
You can change the acceptance.
What? Bro.
You can change the adoption.
Todd, do you
can change. You can change.
What does that have anything to do with a refugee from Syria putting their net worth in an asset that can't be confiscated?
I feel bad for them because it don't matter if it's confiscated if nobody wants to use it.
Ty, there's $12 billion a day of transactions on chain, not with exchanges.
That is a speck of dirt in the global financial system.
But it's when we're looking at cryptocurrencies, it's a lot more. So you're trying to compare the current analog system with this new digital world that's coming.
Ethereum has more action than Bitcoin.
What's that?
Ethereum has more action than Bitcoin.
As far as DeFi, well, you can have more action when you're,
I'm saying overall, as far
as coins out of thin air.
Well, I agree with you there, but that's my point. Ethereum could never come out with Ethereum 2.0. That's what I'm telling you about the sheep.
Ethereum is Ethereum 2.0 because they forked the protocol and made Ethereum Classic, and that's what I'm telling you. It's
no, and I understand that, but you know what I'm saying as far as like moving over to proof of stake. They've been promising that for how long?
Yeah, you're right. So if Ethereum can't do it,
that protocol has more action than Bitcoin.
If Ethereum can't make consensus changes quickly like that, what makes you think a government can do? Additionally, what do you think is going to happen when Congress realizes?
You think Bitcoin can make a consensus change faster than Ethereum?
Well, it's not. That's the whole point of Bitcoin, right? Because we don't change the base layer protocol. We may soft fork it to add upgrades like Taproot, but the consensus mechanism
centralization. Taproot centralization.
Taproot is not centralized, and 90% of the nodes have to agree for a soft fork. So it's very decentralized compared to everything else on the planet. Bitcoin is the most decentralized. What's that?
Oh, I said by actions, I mean transactions. I'm just replying to the chat. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. But I see where you're saying. I see where you're going. But my question to you is, what happens when governments realize they don't need a central bank? What happens when Congress realizes they don't need a Fed chair?
Man, listen, I've made those same points, and I do believe that a lot of, because again, when the CBDCs come out, it's only probably going to be one of those regulatory bodies, or they might have to combine like three of them to make one.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
going to downsize government.
It will take power away from government if government allows it. But the Fed is already telling you, hey, we're not going to do anything without Congress's approval.
No,
So
Congress is taking. Hey, Congress is not the top.
I agree
That's
with
what I'm
that.
saying.
Congress is not
The
the top.
banks are at the top. Congress gonna do
Oh,
whatever they
banks with the
say.
tanks. Ty, you got to stop saying that, banks with the tanks.
No,
What,
it is what it is. People go
what,
missing, cars crash, like planes crash. Come on, fam. We know that, bro. Come on, fam.
bro, but America has not won a war since World War II. We can't
This
even
ain't.
beat the Taliban. We
This
can't
is
even beat
far.
the Taliban, my dude.
This is far beyond. We talking about the International Monetary Fund. We talking
Which is
about. We
trash.
talking about. We talking about big countries maintaining control. Like this ain't just an America thing. Again, they will team up before they lose control.
But they are losing control now. Look at Turkey, right? Their dollar just crashed.
Look
All
at El
these
Salvador.
governments.
Look at El Salvador.
El Salvador is cool.
Man,
What
they
you
bought the
mean?
top. El Salvador
There
bought the
is
top.
there is no top to Bitcoin because Bitcoin goes to infinity because it
Oh
can't be
my
printed.
God, infinity, bro. You gotta stop saying
Bitcoin
stuff
goes
like that.
we're gonna be on Mars. We're gonna be on Mars using Bitcoin,
Yo,
right?
can you
Because it's proof of work,
you gotta
right?
turn it down, bro.
No, this is true. This has already been conceptualized, right? Because there's a concept called the center of hash with Bitcoin mining, right? With hash rate. This is why proof of work is so important, because Mars is 12 light years away. You're not going to be able to sync a blockchain that is a proof of stake, right? But with hash, we can increase the block time a little bit depending on where you are in the universe, and everything can work simpatico. This is why Bitcoin is going to be the currency of the universe. Intergalactic, right? Our grandchildren's grandchildren are going to be using Bitcoin. They're not going to be using CBDCs because they're all going to zero. And when you're on your rocking chair with your granddaughter, and she's
Yes,
talking
and
about
I'm heavily
currency,
invested in the technologies that's running these CBDCs globally, staking my
they're
assets.
not going to be there. Central banks are not going to be there when your granddaughter's sitting on your lap.
So central banks are going away. The Federal
Yes,
Reserve is going away. Just so we clear, Fiat is going away.
yes.
Bitcoin, Bitcoin is where it's at.
Hey, if the Romans couldn't do it, the Americans sure as hell can't, right? Everything crumbles and goes to zero. The only thing that will remain the test of time is an immutable computer protocol.
Even money evolved from seashells to salt to
Right?
gold to
But
fractional reserve
why
to
did they all
CBDC
fail? Why
to
did they
CBDC.
all fail? Why did all those monies fail?
Well, because people believed in something else being more valuable.
No, because they got devalued by the ruling class because they printed more.
Okay, so let's talk about the ruling class. How much of the ruling class is in Bitcoin?
We don't know.
Oh man, come on.
But I will tell you,
come on, man. Come on, bro.
It's too late for them.
No, it's not.
They're gonna push the once the light bulb clicks off.
I think it's the common man at selling 20,000 Bitcoin at 40 grand each. You think that's man?
It's the market makers, all right? Because the
Right.
ruling elite wasn't buying Bitcoin at $10. Those were nerds and computer scientists. The meek shall inherit the earth.
Oh my
The
God.
market makers are the pioneers of the Bitcoin industry. It's not the Rothschilds or Carlyle.
Right. Which is why they will never ever let Bitcoin become the world reserve currency if some basement nerd motherfucker got 1 million of them,
They
100,000.
are going to die.
This is why there will never.
They're going to die.
A Bitcoin ETF in the United States of America, they do not know who is holding it. They will never let those people get into the financial system at that level.
So you think there'll be a Ripple ETF before there's a Bitcoin ETF?
Absolutely.
Whoa, you smoking, bro.
I'll put that absolutely, especially after they come out and whatever the outcome of this case is. Yes, they're going to have more regulatory clarity than Bitcoin. Yes, they will be fast tracked towards that direction. Yes.
How can the SEC approve a futures Bitcoin ETF but not a spot ETF?
I just told you, because futures is not actual Bitcoin. Spot is. They don't know
the price of futures is based on actual Bitcoin.
They don't know who actually owns the Bitcoin that's going to be moving through there. So the futures, which is just pretty much fake Bitcoin, theoretical Bitcoin.
Yeah.
You can trade that all day long. But real Bitcoin, they do not know who owns it. They will never, ever let those mystery people into the American financial system at that level.
That's cash. Cash is a mystery system. Cash is more mysterious than Bitcoin transactions.
Right, but guess what's not mysterious? A $100 bill in the hands of the average person, they're grateful. If you say, "Hey, do you want $100 worth of Bitcoin? Do you want $100 worth of dollars?" They're gonna say, "Give me the dollars."
Okay, for the sheep, maybe. Yes,
but
for the sheep.
98% of the world.
But that depends on your time preference, and that's changing in the other direction. That trend is changing in favor of Bitcoin.
No, it is not. People had more faith in Dogecoin. I seen it.
Dogecoin is out the top 10.
I seen it.
What are you talking about?
People have more faith in SafeMoon.
SafeMoon, is that even in the top 20?
You can't get me on this name brand piece of it. It'll never beat Fiat that way.
Bro, what are you talking about? The data says something different. Like go to CoinGecko right now. And if you look on a longer horizon, right? Everything goes to zero compared to Bitcoin. I remember in 2017, I could buy 1 Bitcoin for 3 to 5 Ethereum. Today, it takes about 10 Ethereum to buy a Bitcoin. So all these shit coins, all these altcoins are going to follow the same way as Ethereum and lose purchasing power compared to Bitcoin. In the CBDCs, it's just going to be fiat on steroids. CBDC.
Yes, I agree. Yes, I agree. I told him, and it's going to lock people in.
No, it's not. No, it may lock the poor population in that needs a government handout.
There will be no more under the table money. They will have even more control.
Okay, so that's a double-edged sword. All right. So what if Congress says, "Hey, we'll let you have CBDCs that you can administer or pass out to citizens, but hey, the Fed, you're gonna have to open your books. You're gonna be audited every year."
Yo, get the fuck out of here, man. You said the Fed's gonna Congress gonna make
CBDCs.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
All transactions will be on the ledger.
Federal Reserve open up their books.
What if Congress says that?
Man,
what happens to your whole thesis?
You think the Federal Reserve is going to listen to the Congress?
They're gonna have to. The Federal Reserve has already bent the knee. They bent the knee to Congress already. We're not doing anything without Congress approval.
The Federal Reserve came out and said they put their own deadlines and dates on this stuff. They said you will be interacting with a digital dollar by the end of the year.
This is straight from Powell. Who will be interacting? Commercial banks or retail?
No. The people's what he said. That wasn't Congress. They're not taking their cues from Congress.
Bro, if you actually read the report, it's not going to happen by the end of the year.
No. People are talking about, we want to know what the Fed have to say for the stock market. They're not talking about what Congress got to say about the markets.
Congress dictates the markets.
Oh my Lord.
What do you mean?
No.
Stimulus checks? COVID relief?
Right. Where are they going to get this done at?
Well, okay. So, I mean, that's a loaded question there. But I mean, we can go down that path if you want to. And this is why Bitcoin is going to win, because there is no cost of doing business with Bitcoin.
Yes, again. So you're saying taxes are going to go away?
In Miami, very much well so. Right?
Oh my God.
The mayor of Miami, the mayor of Miami is not only giving his citizens a Bitcoin yield, but he said he's eliminating taxes because of Bitcoin.
This is exactly what I want to hear, is that
the truth.
You say that because in order for you to say that there's not going to be a cost with dealing with Bitcoin means you believe that there's not going to be any taxes.
It's happening, Ty. I'm not making this up. It's happening right now. That's what happens when your economy is based in the hardest asset, in the hardest money. You don't need taxes. And Miami is showing that.
Yo, everybody relax.
Miami is showing that. It's happening. I'm not making this up. So what happens when the entire United States looks at what Miami is doing, right?
Well, not only the United States, remember, world reserve currency. That's what we're talking about. Bitcoin becoming global.
Again, Bitcoin has no borders. CBDCs have borders. Okay, so let's talk about the globe.
A taxless society.
It is possible with a Bitcoin standard.
Do you think China is going to have a taxless society?
This is why China is going to lose. China's CBDC is centralized.
Yes, the digital yuan is extremely centralized.
Right. This is why China is not going to be dominating.
So El Salvador adopts Bitcoin as their national currency.
Yes, and their Bitcoin city is having no taxes. So you're proving my point.
Who's running those people's wallets, those digital wallets? Who has control over that?
It depends on what wallet I choose as an individual.
Who has control over it?
I have choice.
Right, the choice between this centralized entity or this centralized entity.
My private wallet, my private cold storage wallet. Yes, I have choice now with Bitcoin.
So
see, you think there's not going to be any choice for people?
No, because this is what's happening. It's being distributed to the government-controlled wallet. That is a record. That is on record.
Yeah, the Chivo wallet, right, is a private, centralized wallet.
So now you just sent from the government-controlled wallet to your private wallet. Do you think that address is not on record?
Oh, it might be on record, but they can't take it from me.
It's not a might be.
They can't take it from me.
It's not going to be a might. Come on.
And I can use CoinJoin and a couple other things to obfuscate where my wallet is. But the point isn't you not knowing what I have.
Listen, if you say I got my own personal Bitcoin wallet, when you go to receive that Bitcoin from that government wallet, that your personal wallet address is on the chain.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But you can't take it from me. You can take my CBDC. You can take my Ethereum. You can take my Ripple. You cannot take my Bitcoin.
And guess who controls the retail? The government down there. So if they don't have to take it, you can just have Bitcoin you can't use.
What do you mean I can't use it? Bitcoin has no borders. If I can't
You're
use
not
it
listening.
in El Salvador,
you're saying that they got to move.
I'm saying the El Salvadorian government cannot disable my Bitcoin, no matter where it is.
Okay, listen. If because they're controlling the retail down there, they are making people.
Matter. They're not controlling my money.
They're controlling your spending.
They cannot turn off my Bitcoin. What do you mean?
If you go to this retailer and that retailer says, okay, we only accept from these addresses.
Okay.
Because Bitcoin addresses can be blacklisted.
They can be blacklisted by a company. Yes, I can choose not to receive your Bitcoin.
All right, so if the government says,
hey, you cannot blacklist my Bitcoin from me.
No, they can blacklist your address.
Okay, but I can still move my Bitcoin to whatever address I want to outside of their control. You're not stopping Bitcoin.
Everything is on the chain. That's what I'm telling you. Exactly. I really do. Not going to be any more under the table money. Those days are over.
Yes, under the table money days are over, which means banks are over. No. You're right. You're making my argument for me, right?
I'll tell you right now, they're going to say, hey, buy your Cardano from Bank of America. It is now FDIC insured. People are going to love the banks. Stop playing. The banks aren't going anywhere. People are going to pay the banks to have custody of their current crypto.
Okay. Why am I using a bank and paying a custody fee when I can go on a computer and do it for free? See,
that's okay.
The cost of money is going to zero, Ty. Banks won't be able to survive.
Wait. Why don't people just take their money and put it in a shoebox under the bed? They already function this way. That's what I'm saying.
Secure. It's not secure. That's why. It's about security. It's about sovereignty. It's about I have something that you cannot take away, and I can pass that down my lineage.
People are, I'm telling you right now, when these permission chain, government chains come on board,
they're all going to zero. They're all going to rapture to Bitcoin. Because I'll tell you why. And let's say there may be a centralized blockchain that's successful for a generation, but you don't know what regime is coming next that will change the protocol. And if you're talking about 3-4 generations down the line, you're going to fuck it up.
Whoa. How many generations has Bitcoin been here?
10, 12, 13 years?
That's not even a generation.
Exactly. And look where it is.
Oh, shit. There go Mr. G. There go your backup. Hey,
Mr. G, Ty ain't making no sense.
Look at
Ty ain't making no sense right now.
2 Bitcoin maximalists, you know what I'm saying? 2 multi-millionaire crypto guys vacationing all those jet setters over here. And again, everybody made money off Bitcoins thus far. The party for Bitcoin, I'm not going to say it's going to end. I don't think
the current price of Bitcoin is a rounding error to zero.
Nobody knows the true value of Bitcoin.
Because right now the current financial system, we don't know the true value of homes, of real estate. We don't know the true value of bonds. We don't know the true value of
listen, I agree, but I'm putting Bitcoin in there too.
No, because Bitcoin is going to outlast all that.
Oh my Lord.
You think a CBDC is going to outlast Bitcoin? A centralized protocol that's going to change regimes, that's going to change hands, that's going to be, co-opted by dictators and bad governments. They're going to fuck it up, Ty. You're putting your trust in humans instead of code.
Yes.
Wow.
Listen, I like code, but guess what? The code can't enforce people. It can't.
It
The
doesn't
code
have
cannot
to.
regulate human. The code cannot regulate human behavior.
Exactly. And what is human behavior? Greed.
Human behavior is believing in the government, believing that Big Daddy's going to be here to save me.
We had no other option until now.
If there's somebody I can call to help me recover my crypto.
You don't need help when you put your energy into
That is what I believe. Human behavior is what I believe in. Human behavior. Yes.
There is no more poverty if I'm able to store my wealth into an asset that doesn't degrade.
Oh my goodness.
I don't need a government handout if I'm able to work and make an income, and it's not devalued by the same people you think are going to make a CBDC successful.
When automation hits and these jobs shrivel up, they are going to take and believe in the government's money
until it devalues to zero. Until it devalues to zero.
Through UBI before they start running to Bitcoin.
Right. And that UBI is going to go to zero compared to Bitcoin.
Oh my Lord.
And people are going to see that. People are going to see, hey, my purchasing power is going to zero. But if I would have put that money into Bitcoin, $1 now equals 37,000.
That's what happened last time with the stimulus checks. And guess what happened? Everybody
they all put it in a Bitcoin.
They're panic selling right now.
Right, because they're new, right? We've all been through that stage of Bitcoin knowledge to where we saw Bitcoin price drop 50% and we got scared, right? That's their journey.
I used to be a Bitcoin maximalist. For the record, I used to say crazy shit like Creole.
It's true.
I used to say wild, outlandish things like Creole, like Mr. G. You know what I'm saying? Bama said not enough electricity to scale Bitcoin up. Absolutely.
You don't need electricity to scale Bitcoin. You can run all the world's global transactions with 2 computers.
Right? How? That would be centralized.
Mechanism.
2 computers would be very centralized.
No. The mining is different from the nodes. And this is what makes Bitcoin this immaculate conception that can never be recreated again. Mining is different from consensus.
Listen, I totally understand, but there's a part of this equation that has to work, and it's called adoption.
What other crypto is more adopted?
Fiat is more adopted.
Fiat is not a crypto yet. You can't even tell me when that's going to happen.
Fiat is, they got time. Fiat, way ahead.
Hi. The open global monetary network is going to win.
Okay, let's do this. Creole. Shout out to Mike Shinner. He said Jerome Powell dictates the markets. That's Federal Reserve. All the stimulus money came from the U.S. borrowed money from the Federal Reserve. Now, wait. Now listen. Check this out, Creole. When they bring out the digital dollar, the CBDC, you think the general public is going to be like, fuck that? I want to be paid in Bitcoin. Is that what you think going to happen?
Not at first. But they're gonna get that CBDC, and that $20 at the grocery store is going to turn into $5 at the grocery store while they see Bitcoin go up. While they see the Bitcoin purchasing power go up.
No.
See, CBDCs are going to enlighten people about money.
Yo, listen, people people have all the we are in the information age, and people still don't care about money. Right now, people don't care about money.
Not
They
yet,
know that,
but this reset coming.
yeah, the reset is coming. I agree. They're going to flip the switch, and it's going to be a whole new financial system. And guess what? Bitcoin is not going to be what they're going to be using globally.
Oh, 100% it is, because it's the only open monetary network that's uncensorable.
So you think that globally the world is going to agree on Bitcoin?
It already has, Ty.
All the governments are going to say this is our money now.
They have no other choice, because they're going to collapse on top of Bitcoin. They have no other choice, because all governments are going to zero. All fiat is going to zero. Central banks are terrorists. All right. With these CBDCs, you're giving a nuclear arsenal to Al Qaeda. This is what we're doing with this technology.
My channel.
Right. So I don't the Indiana Jones movie, the Crystal Skulls, right? Kate Blanchett. She returned that crystal skull at the end, and she said she wanted all the power and all the knowledge. Her head exploded. That's what's going to happen to central banks. Their heads are going to explode with this much power. They're not going to do what's right. They're not going to make CBD successful because of the greed there.
What's right?
Going to control. It's slavery. CBDCs is slavery money.
Yes. And you want to be invested in the underlying technologies that are going to be used to work that shit.
Okay, so are you trying to make a quick buck, or are you trying to build a dynasty that lasts for generations?
The dynasty is going to be built, yes.
Yes, on top of Bitcoin. Because it's the only protocol that's going to last.
Oh, my Lord.
Because it's not controlled by one entity. Because these central bankers, they're going to die, and there's going to be a succession. It's not going to be the same monetary policy throughout. And this is what you need to separate with Bitcoin, the coin from the monetary policy, the settlement layer. The settlement layer is invaluable.
Is there not better? Is there not? Wait. Is there not better technology being developed than Bitcoin?
It's not about the technology. It's about the settlement layer. You cannot put throughput on top on the same base layer and call it secure. Like, you have to choose, right? Either be secure, fast, or scalable, right?
No, I get that.
Yeah. Okay. The base layer needs to be secure most.
Right. So if we talk about the base layer of Bitcoin, you're gonna have to scale it.
It is being scaled. It's going to be scaled
by a centralized entity.
It doesn't matter if it's a second layer solution, Ty.
Centralized or not? Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
It does matter.
Controls the settlement layer.
It does matter if the base layer it can only be scaled by a centralized entity. That is a gate. That's a gate.
Okay, this is why the settlement layer being secure and open and free is important. Okay. And decentralized, because when we're talking about the second and third layer on top of blockchains, Bitcoin is going to have a spectrum of products that's wider than centralized base layers.
No, not Bitcoin.
Stacks is not centralized, right?
Not Bitcoin. Private entities are going to do that.
Yes, there's going to be private and public and decentralized and centralized entities built on top of Bitcoin. But you can't do that on top of other blockchains because the base layer is so limited with security and decentralization. So there's
other protocols with base layers that are very capable.
With network effect?
Not yet.
Oops. They have no network effect, right?
Bitcoin got a 10, 12-year head start.
That's why it has network effect. That's why it's not going to get caught up with.
It's not going to be able to scale as fast as these projects that only need network effect.
Okay, scaling. All right, let's talk about scaling. Who has successfully scaled? What protocol has successfully scaled?
Ethereum.
Boy, you tripping.
Ethereum.
That's why it costs $100 a transaction, because they can scale.
Yes, they've scaled.
No, they haven't. It's congested all the time.
This is, but
The
that's
other
what I'm
day,
saying.
and I use Ethereum on a daily basis. The other
Wait,
day, I had to pay $300 just to
is there
make sure
more?
my
Wait,
transaction got through the finish line.
is there more built on Bitcoin or Ethereum?
It doesn't matter because Ethereum is centralized.
That's what I'm saying about Bitcoin. If they're going to scale Bitcoin, it's going to be centralized.
No, not all products. And I mean, just do the research, Ty. There's decentralized projects that are able to scale on top of Bitcoin.
I understand.
Don't have to worry about settling.
I know what a lot of these decentralized protocols and things that I know that. But what I'm saying is that Bitcoin is not the protocol to go to build on.
It's the only protocol to build on because it's not controlled by a foundation. It's the only protocol to build on because it's not controlled by bag holders in pre-mines. It's the only protocol to build on if you want your project to last 1,000 years.
Listen, I'll tell you right now, people do not care about that.
Now
they do not care about that. Look at Solana. Wait, look at Solana. You
and where is Solana right now? Is it still in the top 10?
Right, but guess what? Who owns most of the nodes and running a Solana?
VCs.
Exactly.
We see that every.
Why didn't those VCs build on Bitcoin?
Because they wanted money. They wanted quick money because of greed. Solana is a fiat system. That's why. And we're going to see this. Every cycle we see these coins enter the top 10. In the next cycle, they're not nowhere to be seen. EOS was like that. But one constant thing, though?
I've seen them come and go.
Is number one. Yeah.
I've seen them come and go. Yes, I agree. Yes, I agree that people are going to hodl.
Wow, XRP just flipped Solana today. You know what I'm saying? Good. So Solana's on their way out the top 10.
Yo, and again, these VCs have the influence to make more of an influence than a lot of other projects. And that's what happened with the Ethereum Foundation. A lot of these projects, sometimes you'd be like, why do they build on Ethereum? Because of the Ethereum Foundation. Because they have people advocating for the project. Bitcoin doesn't have that.
Right, because it doesn't need that, right? Bitcoin doesn't have a marketing team. It doesn't need it. Because you don't need permission to build on top of Bitcoin. You don't have to worry about Bitcoin blockchain going offline. And we're just going to see this play out. All these shit coins are going to zero compared to Bitcoin. Now, can we play
wait.
Can we play the altcoin casino and make a quick buck?
As a Bitcoin maximalist, I need you to define shitcoin because a lot of people throw that term around. You know what I'm saying? They just like.
Let me explain. Okay. I am not a Bitcoin maximalist because my largest holding is not Bitcoin at this point in time.
Well, what I call a Bitcoin maximalist is somebody who says it's going to be the global reserve currency.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
That's what I think a Bitcoin maximalist is.
Okay. In your view, I'm a Bitcoin maximalist, but I do play the altcoin casino, right? And you just look at Ethereum today, it loses purchasing power over Bitcoin. So what other altcoin? And for me, anything that's not Bitcoin is a shitcoin. Anything that's not Bitcoin, BTC, is a shitcoin because we don't need them.
Yeah, but that's what makes you a Bitcoin maximalist. Tone same way.
I mean, in my circles, I'm not a Bitcoin maximalist. I mean, I'm not toxic. I play altcoins. I do trading. So in my circles, I'm not. But I am a Bitcoin realist. I understand that the monetary policy of Bitcoin will be here for the next 1,000. Bitcoin will be here longer than gold is accepted as a store of value. Because it can't be changed, Ty. All these other coins, a generation from now, is going to be a new group of people running them. And we don't know what they're going to do. One thing's for sure, I know my Bitcoin blockchain is going to pump out a block every 10 minutes. It's the heartbeat. Bitcoin is the heartbeat of the cryptocurrency industry. You don't want your heart. You don't want your base layer heart to do the functions of your brain. You don't want the base layer Bitcoin to be able to do smart contracts. You don't want your base layer. The only thing you want your base layer of Bitcoin to do is pump that heart every 10 minutes.
Yo, hey, Mr. G, man. Mr. G said, I'm a toxic Bitcoin maximalist. I get banned from chats, clubhouse. Hey, no, real talk. I rock with Mr. G. Because we both be getting kicked out of people's chats and shit. Hey, Mr. G, listen, we disagree on Bitcoin, but hey, y'all don't want to go to where we be going to get, people get mad. You gotta understand, a lot of these guys, they sell courses, they do consulting and shit like that. When you go in their chat and drop bombs on them, they get furious, bro. They get furious.
Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin is going to be the last cryptocurrency to fail.
All right, any last words? Do I want to bring?
Yeah, I got some last words. Hey, Ty, I appreciate you having me on. I know we've been beefing back and forth on Bitcoin's legitimacy.
Hey, wait! Somebody dropped the link to Untwisting the Game. If you are not familiar, get familiar. Again, when it comes to this NFT shit, they are way deep in the game, way ahead of the curve. And yeah, I appreciate the information that I get from over there. Of course, Creole contributes to my Patreon group, the VIP tier, the $25 tier, where, you know what I'm saying? You broke motherfuckers ain't nowhere to be seen around there. But I understand. Listen, get over to Untwisting the Game and learn something. Get a full understanding of NFTs. Get a full understanding of the Polkadot ecosystem, parachain, auctions, and everything else. They break it down in layman's terms. And yeah, just get over there and learn something. You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all really need to get on Patreon.
I know we getting there, and I appreciate the love, Ty.
People, money. Yo, that NFT pass y'all was talking about, I was hard headed. I thought I was too cool. I didn't get that pass. A lot of the guys took heed. They listened to you.
Yeah, and really, I'm one half of the channel. So Michelle URL, my little sister, might be in the chat, but we do have nothing but love for the Logic Sphere and his community, because you showed us love.
Bro, this ain't no very beginning. Man, this ain't no community over here, man. Half of these niggas don't even like each other, bro. This ain't, bro. You know what I'm saying? This shit, it's literally the trap.
Oh man, but nothing but love, man. I appreciate it, and
we'll pay for it, because that shit is at a buying opportunity.
Yeah, all the crypto, all assets are, except real estate right now. But
yeah, y'all get over to Untwisting the Game, subscribe to the channel. Hey, one more thing too. Price prediction for Bitcoin end of 2022. What's the high for the year?
A wise man told me you can predict price, but you can't predict when it's going to happen. So my price prediction for Bitcoin is infinity. When that's going to happen, I don't know. But if I was to guess what's going to happen to Bitcoin this year, you're going to see more institutions put it on their balance sheets
and sell it and dump it on you at the top.
When family offices buy, they buy for a generation. So that's not going to happen. But I do expect if there's a Bitcoin ETF this year,
it's never going to be a Bitcoin ETF. So you got to stop saying stuff like that.
Do you know who the next SEC commissioner is going to be? We don't know.
I thought Gary Gensler was going to fucking be the savior of crypto.
Okay, but we don't. My point is, in this human civilization, we don't know who the next regime is going to be. The only thing constant is Bitcoin.
Tanks with the tanks, baby. That's gonna be the next regime.
America hasn't won a war by itself since what?
They don't have to. They've been using sanctions. They use sanctions and punishment. That's what they do. We put people on timeout.
You can't sanction Bitcoin. Our enemies are going to use
That's why
Bitcoin.
it won't be adopted by
America's enemies are going to use Bitcoin, which is going to force America to use Bitcoin. Period.
America's enemies going to listen. All right. Everybody go over there, subscribe to Twisting the Game. I appreciate everybody for coming through. If you are not subscribed to them, subscribe. Hit the Patreon link. Somebody drop the Patreon link. Get in the YouTube Trap House. We're going live on Saturday. We're going to talk about how you guys may be cucks if you're trying to get women who told you they don't like you to do what you want them to do. We're going to be over there talking about that. We're going to break down the extreme feminist psychology that was unleashed on Obsidian, Mumia Obsidian Ali this past week. We going to fuck is going to be me, Ramil, and Zero. So Saturday, again, get in the YouTube Trap House. We're going to drop the link. I don't know what time it is. If you on the Patreon, I will let you guys know. Again, tomorrow, it is going down. It is going down. You know what I'm saying?
Bitcoin going to be legal tender in Arizona.
Oh, my God. No, they proposed it to be shut down in Arizona. Texas just did the same thing. I just got word that Texas is trying to.
Mean? Texas is completely revamping their electric grid for Bitcoin miners.
No, they're not. They doing it because we got a blizzard. We had human toxic last year.
Bitcoin is going to help Texas electric grid. You're welcome, Ty. You might get some heat next winter.
Tax break that for moving to Texas. It's going to help the Texas grid. Yo, listen, once again, it's Creole on Twisting Game. We're definitely going to be back probably another week from now. Bruh. Actually, you know what? I can't do it right now. You know what? Let's do this. Hold on. Let me do this real quick.
We might have to have a part 2.
I was going to set up a poll, but I don't like when people do polls on their own channel. They end up winning the debate, and then it just gets weird. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that, but I appreciate you coming through, you and Michelle. Man, y'all channel is lit. I need to learn how to set a mood, get my graphics moving and stuff like that, and get cool like the cool kids, man.
Hey, we're here for you, man. Appreciate it.
Who sent cash apps, everybody who came through, man, I appreciate y'all, man. So until we meet next time, tomorrow in the YouTube Trap House, where it's going to be super litty.
Yeah.
Catch y'all later.
All right, peace. Peace, everybody. Buy Bitcoin.
Yo, stop. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yo, listen. Let Bitcoin find a real bottom, okay? Hey, before I leave, I may have to put a screenshot of that 25K. I was telling y'all at the top, I said, we're going to be back at 25K. There's not a lot of history from 25 to 30K. We're going to have to come back to retest this zone. I told y'all didn't listen. So now what? Hardest money created. I'll catch y'all later, man. Peace.